Good morning, student. Welcome to the biology class. I am your bio teacher. In this video, we are going to study about the structure of DNA. Let us revise. In the previous video, already I am explaining about what is the structure of chromosomes. So you know that what is the chromosome? Chromosome is the highly condensed thread-like structure, highly condensed chromatin fiber. Got it? What is meant by chromosome? Means chromosome is nothing else. It is also contain the 8 histone and DNA. Got it? But when during the cell division, these chromatin fibers are highly coiled and condense and form the chromosome. Let us revise. See student, in my last lecture I explained about that. In our body there are millions, trillions of cells, and each cell have a nucleus. In the nucleus have a chromatin fibers. You know that in the previous classes already we have studied about that. During the cell division, these chromatin fibers are condensed and from the chromosome. This is the structure of chromosome. This is a structure of chromosome. This is a sister chromatid. Two sister chromatids are joined to each other in the center. This part is called as the centromere. Centromere. In the last video I explained about that. This is the cell. It contains the nucleus. In the nucleus there is a chromatin fibers, thread-like chromatin fibers. During the cell division, these chromatin fibers are condensed and convert into the chromosomes. Got it? Each chromosomes, it contain millions and trillions of nucleosomes. Nucleosomes means there is the 8 histone. Histone means what? Protein molecule, and wrap the thread like DNA. This structure is called as the nucleosomes, and each chromosome is contain the million and trillion nucleosomes. Understood student? Means see, this thread is called as the DNA. DNA is the largest molecule in our body. The long DNA molecule is called as the macromolecule. Large DNA thread, it is a large thread. This large thread is called as the macromolecule. Got it? And in that today's video we are detailed study about the DNA. See, this is the structure of DNA. DNA is the double helix, means the two thread is a wrap like that. This is called as the double helix structure. This shape, the DNA molecule, was first studied by Rosalind Franklin in 1953. Later, the Watson and Crick is proposed the theory of DNA is a double strand helical structure. They both got the Nobel Prize for this structure. Got it? So the DNA structure is also called as the Watson and Crick model. Got it? Why it is called Watson and Crick model? Because the Watson and the Crick, they awarded the Nobel Prize for the structure of DNA. First times they were proposed the double standard helical structure of DNA. Got it? This thread is called as the DNA. Understood? DNA is composed of repeating nucleotides. Means what is the DNA? DNA is the double strand. It is the double helix structure. The two threads are wrapped to each other. This is called as the DNA. And each single DNA is a stand form composed of nucleotides. Nucleotide means what? The nucleotides is contain the three components. See, this is the structure of nucleotides. Means each stand of DNA is composed of the two nucleotides. See, this is the one strand and this is the another strand, and this strand is composed of the two nucleotides. Nucleotides is a component of three groups. This is a phosphate group, sugar, and nitrogenous base. Got it? Nucleosomes means what? The 8 protein, 8 histone and wrap the DNA is called as the nucleosomes, and the DNA is composed of repeating nucleotides. This structure is called nucleotide. See, I will draw again. Means this is a phosphate group. The phosphate group is attached to the sugar molecule, and sugar molecule is attached to the nitrogen base. This is called as the nucleotide. This is called as the nucleotides. And repeating nucleotides means there are two nucleotides, and the DNA strand is made from the repeating nucleotides. Got it, student? What is meant by nucleotides and what is meant by DNA? DNA is a thread. DNA is composed of the repeating nucleotide, and each nucleotide contain phosphate, sugar, and nitrogenous base. Understood? There are 4 types of nitrogenous base: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. There are 4 nitrogenous base, and these nitrogenous base is arranged in each nucleotide. Means see, adenine always bonding with thymine, guanine always bonding with cytosine, means they are always in pair. Adenine always pair with thymine, guanine always pair with cytosine, and these two nitrogenous bases have a hydrogen bond. Adenine and thymine have a double hydrogen bond, and guanine and cytosine have a triple hydrogen bond. You know hydrogen bond? In the chemistry you have studied hydrogen bond. It is very big bond, means this bond is easily break. Got it? What is the DNA? DNA is the double helix structure. First time these double helix structure proposed by the Watson and Crick. So it is also called as the Watson and Crick model. DNA is the large molecule. This large molecule is called as the macromolecule. This large molecule is called as the macromolecule. And these two complementary strands are formed by repeating nucleotides. These complementary bonds form the repeating nucleotides. See, these complementary bond form the repeating nucleotides. See, this is the phosphate, sugar, and nitrogenous base. Each nucleotides contain phosphate, sugar molecule, and nitrogenous base. These 3 together form the nucleotides, and each single strand contain the 2 nucleotides. This is a one nucleotide and this is a another nucleotide, and these nucleotide bonding with the nitrogenous bases. There are 4 nitrogenous bases: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Adenine always pair with thymine and guanine always pair with cytosine. Understood, student? What is the DNA? Next is the DNA means repeating nucleotide. Next topic is a gene. What is meant by gene? Gene is nothing else. It is the sequence of nucleotides. Gene means what? Genes is the basic. Gene is the basic heredity of living organisms. Means we are inherit some characters from our parents. Means we inherit some genes. The sequence of nucleotide. Genes means nothing else. It is the particular part of DNA. Genes means what? It is the particular part of DNA, and these sequence of nucleotides in the chromosomes encode the particular protein which express some features of our body. Got it? What is meant by genes? Genes means the particular part of DNA, means particular sequence of nucleotides, and this sequence is inherited from parents to the offspring. Got it? See, I will give example. Genes means what? This is the chromosomes. This is the DNA. Genes means what? The particular part of the DNA is called as a gene. Genes means the segment of DNA, and this segment is encoded the particular protein which express in the form of some particular feature in our body. See, means we are the color of our eyes, it is depend on our genes. Means what is the genes of our parent which herited the offspring, and same the color of eyes which herited. Got it? Genes is a means it is the example. Genes means what? It is a particular part of DNA. It is the particular segment of DNA, and each gene contain the information what type of the proteins are made from the offspring. It is depend on the our body organ. Got it? What is meant by genes? Genes is the heredity units of all living organism. Genes is the specific sequence of nucleotides, and each chromosomes is encoded the particular protein which express in the form of some particular feature. Got it, student? Today's topic, in that video I explain about that what is the structure of DNA. The DNA is the thread-like structure which is wrapped 8 histone. This structure is called as the nucleosomes. In our chromosome there are millions and trillions of nucleosomes. Then we have studied the structure of DNA. DNA is a double helix structure, means the two thread-like structure, two thread-like structures are wrapped to each other, so it is called as the double helix. DNA is composed of repeating nucleotides. The nucleotides is a component of sugar, phosphate and nitrogenous base. There are 4 nitrogenous base. Adenine always pair with thymine with 2 hydrogen bond. Cytosine always pairing with guanine, 3 hydrogen bond. Got it, student? What is the structure of genes? Gene is nothing else. It is the particular part of DNA, and it is encoded the particular protein which express in the form of particular feature in our body. Got it? Next is the why do we need the cell division? Because of growth. If there is no cell division, we are not grow. When the childhood we are very small, but whenever the multiple cell divisions we are grow, means the cell division is need to be produce the growth, replacement. When there is always wear and tear of our body, the normal functioning, that times again the cell divide and the body will be repair. Means we need the cell division for the growth, repair, replacements. In our body there are a blood cell, RBC cell. Their lifespan is 120 days. After 120 days the cell will be die, and there is a form the new blood cell. Means the cell division is for replacement and reproduction also. In the sperm cell, egg cells, they also cell division. Got it, student? Why do we need the cell division? Because the growth, replacement, reproduction and repair our body. Understood today's topic? In my next video I will explain the cell cycle. Thank you.